Hey guys, welcome to JoJo Cider Reviews and More. I'm JoJo. So I'm way behind on this review, but I wanted to get it on my channel. I have one more of it left. This is the Sam Adams Festbier. So this was a beer that was in their fall variety pack way back, several months ago. I never got a chance to review it. So I think in this variety pack it was the Jacko pumpkin. I think Boston Lager was in it, if I'm not mistaken. Oktoberfest in this one. So this is 5.8% alcohol by volume. It's a lager, 22 IBUs. You gotta love how Sam Adams, they label the IBUs right there in addition to the ABV. It's very convenient. Not most breweries don't do that. On the back it says Festbier. The Fest in Festbier means the barley and hops have been gathered, and our growers have their first moment to celebrate another successful harvest. What do they reach for? Festbier. A little more malty, a little more hoppy, brewed to relax and enjoy. Jim Koch, founder and brewer. So this is going to be, I believe, a lighter beer than their, Märzen, which just a Märzen style beer like their Oktoberfest, the regular Oktoberfest is going to be darker. So this is probably going to be a little bit lighter on the lighter side, which is what you would see at the true Oktoberfest breweries in Munich. This so this is slightly out of the freshness date. It says it was enjoyed by March. I mean, I'm sure it's not that big of a deal, but the March month there is notched. So I guess the best freshness date ended last month, but I still wanted to review it. It gets an 86 out of 100 on Beer Advocate, which is a pretty good score. And ironically, it was either yesterday or the day before on their Facebook page, Sam Adams, they said it sounds like they might put this out in standalone six packs later on in the when fall hits for 2022. So the sales must have been pretty good for this beer. So ironically, they posted about this beer a couple days ago. So anyways, let's get into the review. A lot of smoke still come out of the bottle, so it's a good sign. Even though it might not be in the total freshness state. It's going for the pour. Again, this is my last Sam Adams fall seasonal beer. I really enjoy their fall beer, so I was trying to save them as much as I could. Their fall and winter beers are my favorite. All right, so right off the bat, the aroma is much lighter than you would get with their Oktoberfest Märzen. This is a Fest beer again, so it's a lighter. Not totally light, though. There is like a hint of darkness there. Not a lot, but so in my point of view, it's kind of like a darker yellowish orange. On camera, it's more of like a yellow. A lot of bubbles streaming up to the surface. The head is pretty much gone already, but it's pretty much a straight up head from what I can see. But like a quarter finger's worth, it's pretty much all gone. Looks like a crisp beer though. A lot of bubbles streaming up to the surface. And there's a slight, maybe just a chill haze, but you can see through the glass pretty easily. It's going for the aroma. Okay, so I'm getting a good amount of sweetness there. It smells malty. Maybe a touch of hops there. Smells a little bit grainy as well. Does smell good. I'm getting a little bit of a, almost like a liquid sugar kind of smell. I like that. I personally like that sweetness smell. Salute. My goodness, very, very easy to drink. It's coming back to me now when I had this beer back in the fall. Super sessionable at whatever it is, 5.8%. Same as the Polliner one, the more famous one that I just reviewed. Sweetness, there's some grain there. Maybe like a touch of honey. Kind of drinking like almost like a blonde ale, to be honest with you. Very smooth. The finish is actually a little bit on the sweet side, for me anyways. There is a touch of bitterness there. Well, let's say it's semi-dry finish. There is some sweetness there on the finish. Mouthfeel. Mouthfeel is light, and let me try to get another sip before I judge the lacing here. Yeah, decent lacing. But yeah, good amount of bitterness, some sweetness. Like I said, a little bit, maybe a touch of honey. But I'm getting a lot of the grains, and just a very easygoing, smooth beer. Great fall beer. I do hope it comes back in 6 packs because I really enjoy this beer. Sam Adams is notorious for having certain beers only for just one season. You never see them again, or they're under a different name, same recipe, but it's a different name. You know what I mean? Some of them you just never see again. So I hope. Sounds like this isn't the case with this Festbier. In fact, it sounds like they might be in their standalone 6 packs. For a score, judging within the Festbier lager style, yeah, I think it's really good. 8.9 out of 10. It's definitely a winner. I wouldn't quite put it in like the A minus A range, but ask me again. Put it that way. You want to have this again next year because it's or later this year because it's very good. I might be lowballing it a little bit here, but I'm gonna give it 8.9 out of 10. In fact, I have to say though, this isn't in the freshness states. I mean, if I had this a couple months ago, it might have even been a higher score. Anyways, 8.9 out of 10 for now. This is the Sam Adams Fest beer. I'm glad I got to review it. It's my last fall Sam Adams of the season. So appreciate you guys watching. Until next time, salute.